I just feel cool. I just feel cool, you know?
What's up, this is Evan Finch, and today I will be giving you 7 artists to watch in 2021. These artists are all relatively new, they're small to medium size, but they're definitely on the rise right now. And there's a lot of variety of sound in this list, but I think they all have an emo essence, and I think they all have something really special as well. I don't know what's going to happen in 2021, but I do think all of these artists have a real shot at blowing the fuck up. So we're just going to go in order of their fan base size, from smallest to biggest, to keep things interesting. But before we do, the throwback of the day is All the Small Things by Blink-182. I thought that would be appropriate since the drummer Travis Barker has worked with most of the artists on this list, including our first one. So, kicking it off at number 7, we have Girlfriends. Did you miss me on the way down? Are we history? Are we done now? This is Travis Mills' new pop-punk band, and they have some really solid, catchy music. If you don't know Travis Mills, he did like this kind of like scene, emo, hip-hop, pop kind of stuff. He is from humble beginnings in Riverside, and I think what got him to where he is today is his, just massive creativity, obviously, and his very raw DIY work ethic.
I didn't even have a microphone. I was just like literally holding up my laptop, like singing into it on like the internal mic, and like there'd be spit on the screen.
Girlfriends released their first song in the middle of 2020, and they already have more than 300,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which for context is already quite a bit more than Kingdom of Giants at 240,000. Their debut self-titled album was really good and it had some notable features, including Travis Barker, Burt McCracken of The Used, and Death by Romy. They're already in the studio, and I think they have a shot at moving pop punk forward in 2021.
What does alternative and, kind of pop punk sound like in 2025? And that's what, we want to do now.
All right, moving on to number 6, we've got Femme. Shut the fuck up with your self-help shit. Roll me a button, let me handle it. She just has a really cool voice. It can be dark and haunting. Wherever you are, I hope you miss me. Or it can be more energetic and pop friendly. She calls herself like alternative pop or something like that, which I'd say she definitely is. She definitely uses like kind of emo sounding guitars, and she does have those personal confessional lyrics of the emo genre. My favorite lyric of hers is actually on a Gabriel Black song. She sings, "Is this all we do, smoke in your room at 2 a.m? It might be cool with you, but I'm not dead yet." Which has been, ironically, kind of a very encouraging lyric. I'm not dead yet. Something that, can get you through hard times. Besides Gabriel Black, some notable collabs include Grandson, Machine Gun Kelly on 2 songs, and she was in Downfall's High very briefly. And she has a song with Ian Dior, Honest, and that is her first song on radio ever. It's also on her EP, How to Stop Hating Yourself Part 1, which I thought was really good. She released it at the end of 2020, and I'm guessing Part 2 will come out sometime in 2021. At the rate she puts out music, almost definitely will be. She's currently sitting at around 376,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which is a little bit more than Boston Manor at 370,000. And for good reason. You can't deny that she's got something special. I'm excited to see what she does in the future.
How do you get invited to one of those?
Maybe you just have to exude sex. I don't know.
Amy, I think you might be getting some invitation.
All right, next up at number 5, we've got Kenny Hoopla. Now, Kenny Hoopla is so cool, he can do this. Seems like a really cool, interesting guy, self-aware, and I kind of wish I could know him personally.
I haven't even tapped into, the sound and, the color of my soul. It kind of drives me crazy because I have a whole world inside of my head, and then I have to live in this one.
Some of his notable collabs include Nothing Nowhere, Grandson, and Travis Barker. He's currently at 1.1 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which is just a little bit under Play Royale at 1.2 million. He's working on his debut album. It looks like Estella will be the lead single. Should come out sometime in 2021. Not totally sure on the release date yet, but if he puts out a few more bangers like Estella, I think this album could be huge. Moving on to number 4, we've got Poor Stacy. He's got a pretty fresh sound. He's got kind of lower auto-tuned vocals over rock music, which took me some time to get used to, but I think it's really cool now. He does put out music at a fairly quick pace, but he seems like he's very intentional about what he releases.
I don't want to just give you guys music that is meaningless to me so you guys could have content or that I can make money, because then I'm running it like a job, you know? It's like, it's less of a job. It's more of a way of me expressing myself, but it's not even only expressing myself. It's speaking when I feel like there's something I need to say.
He said that he's recorded many songs with Ian Dior, but they're only putting out the ones that they really like, which so far has been 2. And his song with Ian Dior is a banger. And just like a lot of the other artists, he has collabed with Travis Barker. He's currently at 1.2 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He's put out an album in 2019, 2020, and he's currently working on his 3rd. So check him out. I think he's really onto something. And now at number 3, we have Maggie Lindman. She's got a pop punk song, which I just played, and she also has a song that sounds like this. Which I fucking love. She's clearly taking an influence from a wide variety of emo. Like a lot of artists on this list, she seems like a cool person. She's pretty personable. She even sang in the shower for us.
When your hair gets all wet, I just feel cool. I just feel cool, you know?
She's also collabed with Travis Barker, and she's in Downfall's High. Now, she has 6 million monthly listeners on Spotify right now, which is heavily inflated because one of her songs had a really popular remix, but that does not reflect the actual size of her fan base. Her debut EP, Paranoia, just came out on January 22nd, and I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. You should check it out. She's already made the cover of Spotify's Pop Punk's Not Dead playlist. Alternative Press has written at least 2 articles about her that I know of. So I think the rock community is going to be forced to embrace her pretty soon. All right, moving on to number 2 on our list, we have Poppy. Now you might know her for the creepy YouTube channel where she says all these random, seemingly nonsensical things.
I believe that everything's okay.
And the occasional like hyper internet pop song.
Money can't buy happiness, then why is it so fabulous?
But she has since gone metal and released her 3rd album, I Disagree, on Sumerian Records, which is the same label as Asking Alexandria and Black Veil Brides. While she's still using her persona, she's definitely being a little bit more herself. She signed a message in a YouTube video with her real name, and she is rocking her natural hair color.
Yeah, I felt like I was kind of running on a hamster wheel for a while, and finally being able to jump off.
Just a few cool things about her. She is dating Ghostman. She's directed a few of his music videos. She has collabed with Fever 333. She's been on the cover of Revolver magazine and Kerrang. She's been nominated for Best Metal Performance for her song Blood Money at the Grammys. And she has over 1.7 million monthly listeners on Spotify, just a little bit behind Escape the Fate at 1.9 million. Apparently she's working on a new album with a completely different sonic vibe. I don't know what that will be, but she already has a pretty versatile sound anyway, and she does it really well. So I think she is the kind of artist who could grow significantly after a sound change. If the next album is really good, honestly, I could see her becoming bigger than most of the big scene bands. So get ready for the reign of Poppy. All right, now at the end of the list, at number 1, we have Jaden.
So far be like a rock star, dancing on a conquer, nothing in the world.
He's only 19, he's young and excited, and breathes a lot of fresh air into pop punk.
Just get slicking back, alright? Y'all can see my big old forehead. God dang.
And even though he is very attractive, very successful, and very talented, he is completely aware of his lack of experience and does not try to hide it.
When I'm in the studio and I want him to do something, I'm like, yo, do the thing where it makes it sound like, you know, like we're and they're like, what the are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. I don't know.
He is in Downfall's High. He's been signed to Travis Barker's label. He's been interviewed by Rock Sound. So I think the rock community is starting to take him seriously, and we should. He's at 3.8 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which is just under a day to remember at 3.9 million. And his album, Tell Me About Tomorrow, should be coming out in early 2021. I know it's going to be full of bangers, especially if it's including some of the songs he's put out already.
The
Honestly, down the line, he's the one person on this list that I could easily see becoming a massive mainstream pop star. So if you haven't checked out Jaden, you better get on that train right now. So these are 7 artists that I think could be the future of emo. You can listen to all of these artists on my playlist, The Future of Emo, linked in the description below. Obviously, there are many artists that I could have included. These were just the ones that I was excited to talk about right now. So let me know, what artists are you excited about in the comments below. And if you like this video, go ahead and like this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell icon so you will know when the next one comes out. And that's all I got for you. So long and good night.
Is that really you? Yes, my child. You may call me Dashboard. I've been watching you, and you've made me proud. You have shown the people that emo is not dead. It is very much alive.